In a previous video, I described what I call the work shift burnout, and this is where you come back from the end of a shift and you sleep, you wake up, and you still feel mentally fatigued from that shift. I suffered from a lot of this last month as I crammed in 5 days out of 6 on the trot. I was so burnt out by the end of it, and throughout the whole 6 days, I didn't even go to the gym. I lost my passions to do everything in that time. Didn't make any videos, no recordings, no editing, nothing. And I'm here before you now to tell you how to regain that sense of urgency so that you can work back on it, but also how to work on it without feeling burnt out from the work. Even if you have a full-time job, you just have to work on the days that you're not working, and make sure that the night before you do not make yourself too tired or too hungover, whatever it may be, Friday night work drinks, who knows. So what it's all about is being a strategist. What is my week ahead looking like? If you are in a 9-to-5 job, you're working Monday to Friday, 8 hours a day, and you want to make content on your passions. I have a friend called Simon. He's in a full-time job, and he's making content about overcoming back pain, chronic back pain, which he has had for over 10 years, but recently has had his first pain-free day in a whole decade. Can you believe that? So his vision, like how my vision is to help people with autism overcome their social difficulties, is a pain-free world. So he only does about an hour or 2 a day at the end of his workday, helping people to overcome their back pain by doing certain exercises and stretches. And for those of you in part-time work or 0 hours work, which is what I'm in, or school as well, because if you're under 18, you should have the energy to do this, kid. I select the days that I am not working. I'm only working on Wednesday this week, and then I'm going away on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to go canyoning in Austria, and I'm sure that will be great fun. On the days I'm not away on a trip doing fun activities, I must plan my day according to my passions and what I want to do with this autism movement. And I have to work with the free time that I currently have. So if I am able to work on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday this week, then I will work on those days. And I will not just do 1 day's worth of work. I will complete 2, 3, 4 days worth of work in 1 day. Because if you think of life is spontaneous, life is unpredictable, things come up. You might book a holiday tomorrow and say, hey, let's go to Paris with my girlfriend. That would be amazing. And you never anticipate these things coming. And that may be an extreme example, but you never know if some social event is called like an hour before it actually starts. And so you must consider the unpredictable in life. Therefore, that's why I tell you to do 2, 3, even 4 days worth of work in 1 day, when you have the time to work. The extra content helps act as a buffer to prevent your channel from being inconsistent if, for example, your goal is to upload once a day. And so by recording 4 and editing 4 videos per day this week, on Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, I would have completed 12 days worth of content in that time. And therefore, after Thursday, I have 8 spare days in which I am not obligated to upload content or work on my channel at all. You see, simple maths. And over those next 8 days, 4 of which I'm away, I have 4 spare days where I can do the same again. 4 videos in a day, 16 days worth of content. The cycle repeats. And by doing this, I am only obliged to work 3 months of the year on content. And then I have daily content for the rest of the year. Isn't that insane? And of course, I can work plenty more than 3 months a year. But who knows what will come up in 3 months' time? You never know. I may be too busy to make content from there. I may end up meeting a client in life and starting a new venture to help further my understanding of autism and my work experience in this field. You never know what may come up in life, so that is exactly why you batch record content and batch edit it so that it will come out when you're unable to make content. Now, I am certain that some of you suffer from burnout in some way, shape, or form. And maybe that is in socializing. But luckily for you, I can help you with that, especially if you have autism or think you have autism. I was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome 18 years ago, and I've made it to the point now where for the last 5 years, no one has been able to tell that I have Asperger's syndrome from their first impression of me. And if you wish for that outcome where people don't judge you for your autism or Asperger's syndrome, rather you implement it into your personality in a way that people accept you more easily, then I am here to help you get to that point. With my lived experience and the content that I am learning from my neurodiversity coaching training, I will help you get to the point where your social difficulties are no more. To get my help, please click the link in the description and I'll see you there. So in summary, be a strategist. If you are someone who is in part-time or 0 hours work, then work on your content or your passions. It doesn't have to be content on the days that you are not working, to avoid the work shift burnout. And if you have a full-time job and you have spare time on the weekends, work on the weekends. And if you have a social event on the Saturday, don't worry, just set aside 1, 2, 3 hours on the sideline so that you can work on it when you're not there. Using this advice, no matter what profession or occupation you have, I'm sure that you can avoid the work shift burnout and manage your time much better with your passions very effectively. Thank you very much for listening, take care, and see you in the next video.